Hello and welcome to this season's final episode of Garden Stories, a series celebrating gardening in and around Edmonton, Alberta. I am Jillian McPhee. Both Wayne and Judy were born and raised on farms located in Sturgeon County. They have been married for 51 years and 30 years ago built their forever home on a large acreage located between St. Albert and Callahoo. Over the years, the landscape grew into a miniature farm that includes large vegetable gardens, cut flower beds, and multiple folky sheds. The most recent architectural addition is a miniature barn referred to as the Duck Palace that includes an interior decor with royal flair. The Duck Palace is home to an array of pampered feathered fowl. The queen of the castle is Dolly Duck and her lady-in-waiting is Betty. Every morning the ducks are fed fresh fruit, watermelon and bananas being their favorite. Every animal on the farm is treated with incredible respect and care. Dolly and Betty are local celebrities that are often on tour visiting elementary schools and senior facilities. The pair of ducks arrive in style. Wayne and Judy often pull up an old red, their immaculate grain truck, and preferred mode of transportation. Well, hello, Dolly. It is a pleasure to meet you. You're quite the celeb around town, and I appreciate you taking the time to be with us today on your day off, because you are often busy visiting senior homes and children and schools. A little bit of time off during the summer months from the schools.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Sure.
true.
She's on her school break now.
Okay, and she'll be heading back in September with all the other children?
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. So Dolly, your grandchild, was telling a school teacher about Dolly, and therefore you ended up bringing her into class.
Yeah.
So this is how this all began.
Yeah. Judy got an email from the teacher asking if we could bring Miss Dolly in.
Mm-hmm.
So we made the arrangements, brought her in,
Mm-hmm.
and so the junior high could see Miss Dolly, touch her, hold her,
Mm-hmm.
and then next thing you knew, the kindergarten teacher wanted us to bring her in to see the little kindergarten class.
Yes.
So they were all sitting around in a circle. We brought Miss Dolly in, sat her down on the floor. We give each one a little frozen pea because she loves peas.
Mm-hmm.
So they all got to feed Miss Dolly and feel how that felt for her to feed, take the pea off their hand.
Yeah.
Like a little vacuum cleaner, suck it up. And then all the smiles on their faces,
Mm-hmm.
they wanted to touch her,
Yes.
Then a little feather fell off on the floor. So I said to the little girl, I said, pick that up, that's a lucky feather.
Mm-hmm.
So she grabbed it, she was hanging on to it.
Yeah.
And this big smile came across her face.
Yeah.
And that.
So it's just that whole experience,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah. And then there was a dog that a lady would bring into the dementia ward in Harmony, and my mom's in Harmony.
Mm-hmm.
And we thought, well, why not try bringing Dolly? And the Rhonda, the coordinator there, was all excited about it. She put up posters on the wall saying Dolly was coming on a certain day.
Yes.
And we weren't sure what to expect or how she would be, but also, I think that day the one day we took Dolly and Betty, and you went one direction with Betty and I had Dolly, and also I looked and a lady there was holding Dolly, and she had her lips right up to Dolly's beak,
Yes.
like giving her a kiss, and it was like,
And talking to her.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, and it's like you could tell she always had a love for animals,
Mm-hmm.
like it was still coming through.
Yes.
And Doris, the one that I visited with, she held her too, and she said, I can clear out my whole room and Dolly can live with me here.
Well, because you'll see the dogs and things coming through to the different homes, but rarely do you see a duck.
Yeah.
No.
So
We had asked permission first,
Yeah.
if it's all right to bring Dolly in, and Judy has designed duck diapers for them
yes,
because they are ducks.
yes,
And so that was fine.
yes.
And so that's how that all started.
Yeah. And so then the reaction was it a little bit of shock at first, or
I'm always nervous because I'm not sure what to expect of the duck.
Yes.
I think a dog would be easier.
Yes.
You kind of know what a dog's going to be like. A duck, you're not sure. But
Yeah.
after the first time, she did so well.
Yeah.
We were careful which of the residents would let hold Miss Dolly
Yeah.
and that.
Yeah, because you could start a little rumble there too.
Oh yeah, you could.
Oh, do they want to get in line?
Yeah.
Who gets to hold the duck first?
Right.
Oh, so you almost have to sit them in a circle
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, that's true.
And like Judy would be very close to the resident,
Yes.
and I'd be very close with Miss Betty.
Yes.
With the resident.
Yeah.
Because you're not sure what they're going to do.
Yes.
Because they do have dementia
Yes.
and that, but you can tell the ones that came from the farm.
Yes.
And or not necessarily from the farm, they just loved animals
Yes.
and that, and they were very kind to.
Very, very
to,
kind.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some of the other ones you just,
And the staff are so encouraging.
Yeah.
Because they want the residents to be able to
Well-
see joy in something, right? Like
'Cause
it's a tough.
We've been there 2-3 times at Harmony and Villeneuve,
Yeah.
and every time we come, and they know we're coming,
Yes.
the staff come out.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
It's crazy.
true.
There's
Yes.
more staff than residents
Yeah.
want to see the duck.
Yeah.
But do you see with the residents when you bring in the duck, do you see a difference? Do you see a light go on?
Oh,
For sure.
for sure.
So it's
For sure.
joy, or
Yeah.
it's a memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
It's interesting because their eyes light up. There's a big
Yeah.
smile on their face.
Yeah.
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 It's and it gives us joy knowing that they're giving them joy.
Yeah.
Wayne and Judy look at each day as a blessing. They fill up hours daydreaming, creating, and playing on the farm. They make a difference by sharing their charisma and happiness with the community.
My goodness, I could just hang out and do this all day. No wonder.
Yeah.
It's the neck.
That's why I said put the
so
neck
sweet.
over your shoulder. It's something to experience.
Oh, is it ever?
And you can feel their heart.
It's
You
all,
feel it
you
hurt.
know, it's almost like holding a baby. So
Yeah.
I could see where this would make
Yeah.
a really large difference
Yeah.
in the dementia ward. Because they're so sweet.
It always brings a tear to my eyes when I see this reaction.
When you just start, you know how you just start rocking.
I know.
Like,
That's true.
I just naturally started
Yeah.
cradling her like a little baby.
Yeah.
Oh, she's so soft. Oh, it does bring a tear to your eye. That's because you guys. Oh, now I'm gonna get teary because you guys are. It's a little bundle of joy that brings so much happiness to whomever gets to meet you and to the community. Oh, guys.
Not everybody gets to experience this.
No.
You would like them to. But, yeah.
No, it's pretty special. I'm having there's a thing happening. What's going on?
All of a sudden she'll have an egg.
The farmyard is a playground filled with many activities put into place to entertain multiple grandchildren over the years. As a part of their own daily fitness and fun program, the Kellys jump on the trampoline, play tetherball, throw horseshoes, or balance on logs. The two of them still build tree forts and shelters from fallen branches, create folk art installations from found objects, and enjoy exploring their natural space. Being outdoors invigorates the pair. Wayne and Judy are always poking fun and giggling while they play outside.
Okay, so you guys have been married for how long?
51 years.
51 years. And you've been playing for how long?
Never a fight.
52. We've been playing for 52 years. we were playing before we even got married.
Yeah. And
Okay,
that's kept you young.
Okay,
you're supposed to hold your knees.
you're cracking me up. No, I'm supposed to do that?
No, you're fine.
This is a day in the life of Wayne and Judy. So it's a really beautiful life. We begin, we'll show the backyard with the coffees on the back, looking over all of the beautiful gardens. And then you feed the ducks and the chickens bananas.
Yeah.
And we're bananas.
And your bananas. And then you continue your day with activity, exercise, and even more fun.
Well, that's what keeps us young,
Yes,
you know, and our minds healthy.
yes,
And because it's much easier to smile than it is to frown.
yes,
Less muscles when you're
Yes.
smiling.
yes, it's,
that-
that's
Yep.
true. And so, you know, one of the themes that I've been sort of talking about throughout this series is just the importance of being outdoors and experiencing outdoors. And a lot of the places we've been to, I would say, are more of a formal garden space, where this truly is a yard. So it's, you know, it's a miniature farmyard. You do have the gardens and the beautiful landscape, but you really play in this yard. And so also being a part of those large families, kids did not stay inside. They had chores.
That's right. Yeah,
and
that's
then they
right.
often went out and just played and
Right.
entertained themselves.
Yeah.
And so I think that has just never stopped for the two of you.
Yeah. It's
And we do it for the grandkids too, so they can enjoy it. Because we enjoy it, we want them to enjoy it. And
yeah, and I love kids' creativity. It's just, it always surprises me what they come up with.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and especially when they come out here, because the possibilities are endless, right? There's always something to explore, always something to do, always something to help them stay active and have fun. So now we've gracefully made our way into an area that I think of as a gallery. And Judy, I consider you a collector and a creator of fine things. So what I find really interesting about the pieces of art that you've got dotted around the yard is that they are things that you've just sort of found objects. A lot of rusty metal, and then you've just brought them into these spaces and displayed them like art. And it's truly that one man's garbage is another person's treasure?
that's
actually,
correct.
that's my motto. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
She says that to me all the time.
Yes. And I think that's fantastic. And you know, also upon reflection from my last visit, I was thinking about, I know that you're very sentimental, and I know how much you loved living on the farm and how much that farm meant to you. And so I'm sometimes thinking that you may be drawn to sort of these folk art pieces and the rust and the rustic because of the objects that were lying around the farm,
Very true.
right?
Yeah, very true.
And
Yeah.
so your eyes
Yeah.
just naturally caught by that,
Yeah.
and then you bring it in and display it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, and they're really tongue-in-cheek and so super awesome. So we have to show them the ruffle chip.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So let's head into the Zen garden.
debut of the ripple chip.
Yes, the debut of the ruffle chip. And I'm going to get you to tell me the story behind the ruffle chip. I will follow the both
Okay.
of you. So it's crazy when you find objects and you just put them in a spotlight. They could be fine art, they could be scrap metal, but they can change your mind. Because being here, looking at the ruffle chip, I'm like, I can correlate it to the colors of the bark and the dried up leaf shapes and all of the shapes that you found in nature. You can see that in this piece.
That's
as
true.
well.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you. Yeah, that gives us a really good perspective on it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's things to ponder and just showcasing certain things. It's interesting if you let your imagination be free,
Right.
how you can correlate it to multiple things.
And that's
Yeah.
what children do,
Yes. Yes, it is.
Exactly.
That's true. Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you see things, you showcase them, and then you strike up a conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And rust. Yeah. I've got something about rust.
Yeah. I like
I'm
rust
not
too.
Not sure what it is, but yeah.
I think it takes you back to the farm.
It might be, yeah.
Right? Did you have a scrap metal place?
Yes, actually we had, because Wayne and I took pieces off of the
the thrash machine.
thrash machine.
Yep.
We have it out of the garden.
Yeah, put it on a door. Yeah, so
Pieces.
Yeah.
so I find there's beauty in it. Like it has a story. This definitely has a story of how it got, because it wasn't the shape.
Yes. It's an old culvert, I
Yes,
think, right?
right.
Crunched up a
right.
grader taking it out.
Yeah, yeah.
So you just put it off to the side.
So isn't it something giving it second life?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It could have ended up in a landfill.
Yeah.
oh, that's
or,
true.
Or scrap metal place.
Yeah,
And it'll continue to sort of disintegrate and change shape
it will.
as
Yeah,
it goes
yeah,
too.
it will. Just
And
like
who knows
us.
what you're gonna add, right?
Just like you.
Yes.
Yeah,
So we're not perfect anymore, but we're still pretty good looking.
that's true.
It just depends on the angle. After a full morning of activity and then contemplating art and found objects, it's nice to just come back here and sort of quiet down, take in nature, and meditate. And you have wilderness all around you, and you are allowing wilderness and native plants and nature to take over your landscape garden space, which I find is really, really interesting. Do you want to tell me a little bit about that?
It hasn't been an easy process. It's kind of like just letting go. It got to be between the garden up at the top and down here. It got to be too much to look after. But it's also like I have a trust in Mother Nature, and I think she can probably do better than what I can in some ways. For instance, under the trellis there's a golden elder just started growing. I tried growing one in the Zen garden. It died in a year. That one we walk by it, we push the wheelbarrow by it, and it still hangs in there. And it's like, okay, yeah.
There's something very interesting because my garden is very controlled. And so when I left here, I really had to, contemplate what it would be like just to let nature take its course and sort of overrun all of the hard work you once did to control it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but there's something really, really beautiful about letting that happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
there is.
So you're letting it happen because the work is a little bit too much at the moment. But also because you have an appreciation for the wildlife, for the birds, and for watching it slowly encroach.
Well, and whenever, Jasper's one of our favorite places, but whenever we'd go for hikes and stuff, you just see, the greatest architect couldn't put together what the forest floor looks like, what springs up, the moss and the ferns and it's just like, the eye and the power that Mother Nature has, just let it take hold.
I enjoyed the downtime spent admiring and contemplating nature. I find it profound that the Kellys are letting go of years spent manicuring the landscape and allowing nature to take over their once groomed space. I admire this release of control and see the beauty in letting Mother Nature relinquish the area. The perfect way to end our visit was taking Old Red for a Sunday drive down the roads that led to even more family history and stories. After a full morning, it was nice to sit in the sun on the stack of bales on the back of Old Red and enjoy a picnic. We shared a few more laughs, and then it was time for me to go.
Right, well, we have fed the ducks, and now the sun has come out and the breeze is here. We're in this wonderful truck sitting on oat bales. I think we should have a little picnic. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for having me. You two are lovely. You fill my soul. Yeah, just thank you so much. Let's have a bite to eat and celebrate one another.
Okay, well, thank you.
Okay?
Thank you very much. You didn't have to do this.
I think I went into Garden Stories looking to learn a little bit more about how to garden in Alberta, how to face the harsh climate, and to celebrate the successes that each one of these gardeners has growing here in Alberta. I was also looking to dig a little bit deeper to see how gardening can make a difference in our community and making our city a better place to live. And I think what I also had to do was just to step back. I do have a tendency to chat a lot and interrupt. And what I learned through interviewing with people, a lot thanks to Tyler, was to sit back and actually listen. It wasn't so much about my story and how it related to theirs. It was more about truly just listening to and absorbing the wisdom and the knowledge and the inspiration that these gardeners offered and gave to me. And I found some of the most interesting threads that wove their way through each episode was the importance of childhood and the influences of childhood experience and how that informs who we become today. So a lot of these people played outside, were very active outside as children, and therefore I think that's helped them to stay healthy and has inspired them to sort of create and pursue and face challenges. I think what I admire so much about the people we interviewed was a lot of them had visions or ideas. And it always amazes me when someone has an idea and they take it and make it happen. And so gardens start off as a vision and idea. They are truly a seed, and it's a metaphor. That seed gets planted, it grows and blossoms. And I think a lot of these people, it takes hard work and dedication to create the spaces that they have. And that just always amazes me.